Like, this is a person who is defending billionaires by attacking the millionaire, saying the billionaires should give more. How cucked are you? How cucked are you in that situation? It's not nice to make fun of peasants. No, it's like, this is peasant mindset, 100%. Anyway, speaking of brain damage, we got to talk about something that's going on. The brain damage that I saw on the timeline that gave me direct literal CTE by just simply being online. I'm, of course, referencing Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish's wonderful statement.
Love you all.
After gifting millions of dollars, I guess. And I don't know what the exact background is, but basically, she was at the Wall Street Journal Innovator Awards in New York. And in a room full of billionaires, she was calling out the billionaires. And so many people on Twitter did the exact same thing that they do all the time to people like myself. She has donated a quarter of her net worth, okay, $11.5 million. That is an insane amount, okay? If a billionaire were to do that, you could solve like almost single-handedly some of these issues like homelessness. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Because a lot of people, unfortunately, do not comprehend the difference between a billion and a million, okay? A million seconds is 11 days. A billion seconds is 31 years, okay? There are a million different videos on the internet trying to explain this difference, but people don't understand. They think the difference between a billion and a million is just a B swapped for an M, okay? It's not. It is so much more than that. It is like... That's why we always say a millionaire, even a millionaire, is far closer to homelessness, to having zero net worth, than they are to a billionaire, okay? Even 100 millionaire is, I think, closer to homelessness than they are to a single billionaire, okay? People do not understand that distinction, and they think, nah, everyone is personally, if you're far richer than I am and far richer than I ever could be, it doesn't make any difference to me from where I'm standing. You're the same guy. It's like, no, it's not the same. Okay. And it's so strange. And this isn't even like to defend millionaires. Okay. There are plenty of assholes. All right. Myself included. But like, this distinction is also important because like, while these people are also profoundly fortunate, profoundly wealthy, myself included, okay, we do not have a fraction of the power that one singular billionaire holds in the palm of their hands. And not only that, but also, it's more so the accessibility of these people, right? Here's what she said. And then she got dunked on and got yelled at.
Love you all, but there's a few people in here that have a lot more money than me. And if you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire? No hate, but yeah, give your money away, shorties. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
So she said that. And the timeline lit up. There was a lot of support for it, obviously. There was a lot of support for it. People were like, oh, that's great. Like, that's cool. She's right. Which is the normal position to take here. And then there were a lot of people who were like, well, you should literally be wearing a barrel around your chest and living in squalor because you demanded that the most powerful people around the world that are basically functional demigods, okay, that are basically monarchs that have the wealth and power that monarchs used to have, those people should give back more so that we can all live in a better society overall. Everyone was like, how dare you say that? Now, the reason why this shit pisses me off personally is because I hear it all the time from the dumbest people, but also it is like these people don't realize that this is peasant brain mentality. You are literally defending billionaires when you do this. Okay? You are literally defending billionaires when you do this. How do you not understand? How do you not understand that you are defending billionaires when you do this? Yeah, when the rich talk to the mega rich. She just donated 20% of her net worth. Now imagine if a billionaire only donates 1%. Great. For your information, the difference between her net worth, about 50 million, and the net worth of a billionaire is 950 million. They are not the same. I know her heart was pumping out of her chest. She looks so nervous. Side-eye Taylor Swift. Exactly. There's no such thing as an ethical billionaire. Dolly Parton would be the a billionaire many times over, but she donates so much. Billionaires could virtually save the world any day and they actively choose not to. Like, I just don't like, yeah, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's so annoying because one, money is fake and it's never been more fake. Okay. It's never been more fake than it is at this moment. And it's so goddamn annoying because not only is money fake, but for the average person, they have no way of comprehending what a billion looks like. Okay. It is such and they have no way of even comprehending what a million looks like, which is precisely the reason why they're like, well, there's no distinction between these two people. It's like, what are we? There's so many different things that frustrate me about this dynamic. One of the things that frustrates me is that no matter what your class position is, or no matter what your level of wealth is, okay, the moment that you say, hey, people should maybe give back more and be kind to others, everyone on the internet goes, ha, you. It's like, brother, you are tweeting that from your Motorola Razr phone in a busted ass 1998 Honda Civic that was a hand-me-down. Like, this person is on your side. Part of the reason why you're in the situation that you're in, and it's virtually impossible for you to generate any kind of wealth or have any sort of financial prosperity or financial security, any sort of real freedoms in your life, is unironically because we have too many billionaires. But God forbid somebody calls it out. Immediately people go, how dare you call that out? I'm going to be a billionaire one day. It's like, come on, man. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And then, of course, this kind of dipshit gets promoted. Nothing more inspiring than millionaires castigating billionaires. It's not just any millionaire castigating billionaires. It's a millionaire that is doing their part. Okay? You should take a note from Billy's book. What do you mean? It's so annoying. This kind of stuff, from the way people reflect on it, because we are the most propagandized people on the planet. This is capitalism propaganda through and through. Okay? This is capitalist propaganda that is baked in to the collective consciousness of the dispossessed masses, that they are angry, they are pissed off, they're frustrated, and they don't even know where to direct their attention to. And when someone comes out and says, hey, direct your attention to the super wealthy people that control all of the levers of society, they go, how dare you say that? You, in my mind, actually have more power than some billionaire, because I don't know who the billionaire is. The billionaire didn't make an album that was important for me, or a billionaire didn't actually get into drama with another, musician that I really love. So obviously I don't give a fuck about the billionaire. It's like, they're boring for a reason, okay? They're boring and mostly invisible for a reason, okay? With the exception of like the Elon Musks of the world. People would rather direct their enmity towards someone like Bernie Sanders for dropping a mill off of his book that he wrote after being in office and advocating for the working poor for like 100 years than the people that he wants to tax more. And the other problem here is that this makes it so that people go, all right, why the fuck would I say anything? It's much better to shut the up. This is the same principle for everything. I do advocacy, so this is something that's like very near and dear to me. When I see someone in a moment where they are obviously putting their money where their mouth is and then coming out and also demanding more from others, not from you, not from the average working class person, but like instead those who are unimaginably powerful, the working class does the bidding of the powerful for them, where they just redirect that animosity towards a more accessible group of people. It blows my goddamn mind. It's just peasant mindset. It's so annoying. Yeah, here are a million different ways. 1 billion versus 1 million. Here are a billion different ways to try and help people comprehend this. Defending a person with $50 million, by the way, very cuck behavior. Well, about 40, since she gave 11 million away. Everyone with that much wealth or more should give up to a fifth of it at least. Like, this is a person who is defending billionaires by attacking the millionaire, saying the billionaires should give more. How cucked are you? How cucked are you in that situation? It's not nice to make fun of peasants. No, it's like, this is peasant mindset, 100%. Now compare a millionaire with regular folk. Tax them too. What the? You think I don't want millionaires to be taxed? Are you stupid? No, these people are like, no. So you're saying you are not a millionaire? Not you unintentionally glazing Fantano. That's the other thing that breaks people's brains, where it's like, that's the other thing that breaks people's brains when someone who is wealthy goes, no, I want to be taxed more. I don't give a shit. Yes, I want to fund these programs. Like, it breaks their goddamn brains. They go, what do you mean? This creates negative incentives for people to come out and speak out. It makes me so mad. That's why I also always say, it's like, there is no reward in doing the right thing. The reward in and of itself is just simply doing the right thing. Okay? That's it. That's the only reward. That's why no one does this for a cynical purpose. Okay? I know everybody thinks when someone comes out and makes a statement like this, there's some hidden cynical reason. Oh, it's just marketing. It's just propaganda. No, dude, you just get yelled at by people who you are advocating for. That's what it is. That's why you just do it. You don't do it because you're going to get something out of it. You don't do it because you're going to get something out of it. You do it because it's the right thing to do. Okay? And I hate how cynical people are. Because they are so nihilistic. They have been hurt so much. And they're so angry that the moment where they see someone speak out on an issue like this, they go, oh, that person must be grifting. No, dude. They could have just kept quiet. Okay? They could have just kept quiet. There is no reward for speaking out like this. There is only just animosity. You do get something out of it. You don't have to watch the pain and suffering of a homeless person. I know. That's the selfish argument that I sometimes make as well, which is like, there is a selfish argument that you can make for ending homelessness. There is that as well, but I'm not making that right now. I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about like just straight up, like the attitude that people have. The attitude that people have towards those who are just like, yeah, this stuff is kind of up, isn't it? Like, can we just fix some of this shit? Immediately, there is enmity from those who stand to gain the most from also being on board with this movement, with this initiative. Okay? It's always the same. It's always the same dumb shit. It's like when you're poor and you criticize the wealthy, they say you're jealous. When you're rich and you criticize the even wealthier and you say we need more redistributive policies, then they say you're a hypocrite. And the problem is, it's not just the super wealthy that are doing this. It's actually the people that stand to gain the most if these policies were implemented, that unironically play a formative role in launching these crusades against those who are speaking out. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, I said massive amounts of angry people yelling at Billie Eilish for being rich while calling out billionaires are oblivious to the wealth a billion holds and are more invested in yelling at someone more in reach. The appearance of hypocrisy online is worse than actual harm. Like, this isn't even, you can even literally be a billionaire yourself. And if you do this advocacy and also on top of that, literally fucking give away as much as you possibly can so you're no longer a fucking billionaire, that's still a good thing. Okay? Millionaires are not poor. Okay? Poverty is a relative concept. Millionaires are not fucking poor. That's ridiculous. Okay? That's ridiculous. Of course they're not poor, especially when the average working class person has nothing. Nothing at all in comparison to the millionaires. That's not the argument. The argument is not even that, millionaires have no money. Like, that's not what I'm saying. That's dumb as fuck. Okay? The argument here is that there is a ginormous wealth disparity even amongst millionaires and the average billionaire. But even besides that, this is not even like the average millionaire. The average millionaire just shuts the fuck up because he knows that the system is already designed so that nobody ever fucking pays attention to them. And we have a tendency as a society to punish those who do talk about it. It's very strange. It's a very strange phenomena. It's like this cynical rot that people have in their souls. They have been so propagandized. They have been so propagandized into believing that anyone who speaks out on this shit, anyone who says we must improve society somewhat, is immediately like, well, you're participating in society and it seems like you've benefited quite a bit from participating in society. Fuck you. If you spent $10,000 every single day, it'd take 100 days to spend $1 million. It would take you 274 years to spend $1 billion. The gap is insane. You're asking Americans to understand basic math is an impossible task? No. Even if you don't understand basic math, I'm asking Americans not to understand basic math. I'm asking Americans to understand their own class position. I'm asking Americans to not be so cynical. I'm asking not just Americans, but just people, working class people all around the world, especially in the Western world. The more capitalist our culture is, the more you see this kind of mentality from people who feel like they have overcome the propaganda. They have believed and have a firm commitment to the fucking prosperity gospel, who think, no, if I suck billionaire toes, one day I too can be a billionaire. It doesn't work that way, okay? This bullshit goes both ways. If you're wealthy and you critique capitalism, you're a hypocrite. If you're poor and you critique capitalism, you're jealous. Americans are so fucking cuck sometimes. Exactly. I mean, I've seen both, for the record, because I was dead broke and was critiquing capitalism, and then people would be like, yeah, because you're a fucking loser. And now that I have money and I still do it, people are like, well, hypocrite much? I didn't change. And it's always so strange. Obviously, this is like personal for me for many different reasons, because this is my life's fucking work. But what's so funny about it is like people want you to almost be like, oh, once I got a touch of the bag, like once I touch the bag, it's over. Like this socialism shit is done. You know what I mean? And then they try to rationalize why I'm still doing this. They try to be like, oh, it's because like this is how he's financially incentivized to continue advocating for this kind of shit. And it's like, no, dumbass. Maybe it's because I believe it, you know? Did you see what JD Vance posted? Oh, God. It's so stupid. It also gets increasingly harder to make this kind of argument when people don't have object permanence. People think that like I just fucking was born this way. You know what I mean? I always was this person. I always had this $3 million home. Like it's just so dumb. It genuinely doesn't make sense. Fuck, bro. I wish I had that Superman skin now. Yeah, it's Fortnite. It's the war in politics for me. Sure, the trans, black, and foreign are the reason why you're broke and not a billionaire. Yeah. Aren't your dad a billionaire? No, man. You're a 27-month subscriber. Are you that fucking stupid? No. I am fortunate enough to be able to financially take care of my parents. Both of my parents. There are people who genuinely believe that, by the way. They literally think like, oh, he comes from a billionaire family. It's like, you're fucking dumb. You're so dumb. God damn it. There are a handful of billionaires in Turkey. He would be on fucking lists if that was the case. Is unironically that I know, no, sorry. It's not a no joke situation because I just can't sometimes tell because there are people who like legitimately believe that. And there are people who unironically believe that. Yeah, U.S. billionaires reached a record-breaking $7.6 trillion in wealth as of September 2025, an increase of $4.7 trillion in less than 8 years. Most of that wealth hasn't been taxed and won't be taxed under our current system. This is why everything sucks. It's not the trans people. It's not the immigrants. You are being robbed blind before your eyes. And those same people who also own all the tech and media networks to tell you that the cause is not them. That's exactly what's going on. And people just don't see it. They don't want to see it. And it's especially those who think they are above it. It is especially those who think, oh, I can't be propagandized against. I'm actually quite smart. It's good to have a little bit of skepticism. It's good to apply a critical lens to the information that you're consuming. But many people don't realize that they are actually engaging in the most pessimistic, the most cynical framework when they actually apply this hyper scrutiny, not to those who are saying everything is great, shut the fuck up. If you fucking work hard, you'll get there. Trust me. But instead, the people that say, no, the system is designed to fuck you. That's what it is. It's crabs in a bucket. How am I being robbed? How does this actually affect me? The economy isn't zero sum. So the mere fact that the wealthy people are getting wealthier doesn't mean anyone else is getting poorer. You, if you are a wage laborer, are playing a formative role in the productive output. Okay? You're creating this wealth. And then that wealth is staying at the tippy top. That's it. That's what we mean when we say it's theft. That's what we mean when we say profits are exploitation. Okay? Yeah, the economy also is zero sum. I don't understand why people think, well, I guess maybe this guy's got MMT mindset. He doesn't think that there's a finite amount of currency being circulated. He thinks that it's unlimited, and therefore he just print more cash. What the fuck? I don't understand. Like, and then everybody has money. Stupid. Also, this is why it's important to understand that wealth is a relative concept, okay? Wealth is a relative phenomena. As in, you are only as poor as there are those who are wealthy around you, okay? This is another part of the problem where people don't realize that the exponential growth of technology, for example, that has made certain things readily available when they were impossible to purchase back in the fucking day, does not actually mean that you are better off, especially when the things that you need for upward social mobility, such as free education, for example, has become increasingly more costly year over year. Things that you need for survival, such as shelter, are impossible to attend, or impossible to purchase. Things that are necessary for survival, such as healthcare in the United States of America, is insanely costly.